Big D's, Dallas, Texas, and the hospitality is all around us. And we are coast to coast as Fox Sports Net is proud to present Pro Beach Volleyball. It's the Sunkist Tournament of Champions. So running high and in his Stars uniform, the Geeter has never sounded better. Playing conditions, it is roasting out on the court. 95 plus, I think that's conservative. Humidity, too, is wreaking some havoc. The wind, slight breeze, will have occasional gusts, so there will be a good and bad side throughout this match.
Definitely, Billy. The sand conditions are perfect, and with the humidity, it's definitely going to play a role in the match today. Billy, I think the keys to this match for Kirai, it's definitely that he's got to be siding out, snapping the ball like he was last week in New Orleans. For Fonoi and Blanton, it's conditioning and their defense. If they're moving well in the court, picking up Karch's shot, I like their chances.
And once again, the third man is with us. It wouldn't be a weekend without the Hob. Let's go down to Timothy on the court.
Thank you, Billy Mack. It is hot down here. I do mean hot. I think it's going to be a tiresome match for Blanton and Fonoi. They came out with a little bit of fire, but as the match wears on, this heat is hot. Watch out for Karch and AJ winning this match. That's my prediction. Mike Dodd, what do you say?
Bob, I got to go with you. Everything's in Karch's favor. He's got the record on the line. He's got the well-rested. He had the bye with the semifinal match, and he's just got to come out now and perform. The table's set for him.
Well-rested means he hasn't played yet today. They did play yesterday. In fact, one of the great comebacks of Karch's career in the third game, the mini game to stay alive in a game, to 6. He and AJ were down 5-0, came back to win 7-5 in front of a rocking crowd.
Against the Brazilians, Adinho and Alemão, and I saw those guys later on that night in the bar. They weren't real happy.
Here we go. These two teams have met a couple of times already this year. They've traded victories. Dane Blanton, Eric Fonoi Moana, who have really elevated themselves to one of the best teams in the world on the beach. Here is Dane Blanton from Pepperdine University. He will serve it up. On the bad side, let's get it going. Karch Kirai trying to tie St. John Smith at 139. You take a look at the top of the list, and as Karch tries to tie St. John Smith, you look at the next three names. Stokey really playing with St. John was a force in his heyday.
He and St. John won so many tournaments together, and gosh, you win 122, and here you got Karch maybe winning 139, going on to 140. It's just mind-boggling. You look at that straggler at the bottom of the list with 74. I actually have 75, but there must have been an asterisk by that one.
And to imagine that you had to carry Hav for so many of those tournament victories. There's the list. Let's get back to the action.
Starting on the good side, let's look for Karch to be doing a lot of blocking. That's been the key to their success over the last couple weekends.
Karch even lollipopping and then coming up and blocking. And in fact, one of the reasons why he lollipops also occasionally is so he's made sure that he gets the ball in so Adam can crank it up like he did there. Now it's Eric Fonoi Moana, who will be celebrating birthday number 30 this week. He says, I feel no older than 28.
Wait till he's 38.
Great demeanor. Great dig. How about that? The soon-to-be 30-year-old. Adam Johnson says, I'll take that right back. Great rally. Karch. Up. Down. Fonoi. Sensational stuff. This crowd will let out a roar.
Rally, Karch Kirai.
Karch Kirai, after some great defensive moments from both teams.
Billy Mack, we're at 0-0. Great rally. You're going to see Karch Kirai finishing it off. And watch the emotion. As soon as he comes down after this, he's pumped up. It's 0-0, and they're already going at it.
Blanton, that one sails out. So we have a point. Remember the last time that we were together down in New Orleans, they went about 2.5 minutes of game time before scoring the first point. Here, Kirai and Johnson are on the board.
And I tell you, so often after a great rally like that, one of the teams gets let down and they give up an easy, unforced error.
Oh, some muscle! An emotional yell from the body, Fonoi.
Billy, you were talking to Eric earlier in the players' tent, and he was mentioning he saw Karch doing a couple fists on the replay of the final last week, and I think he's going to show a little emotion of his own this weekend.
I think we'll hear from Eric himself a little bit later on that subject. Up and over, the touch, and that's out. So a couple of mistakes by these two great teams. As AJ tried to get a little cute, we're tied 1-1. Going to 15, got to win by 2, and a 9-minute clock.
1 minute.
We're going to take a break right here. Whew, we're just getting warmed up. Hope you're going to have some fun with us this afternoon. Back with more from Dallas after this. Stay with us.
You know, we wish them the best, and there's nothing more exciting than that first delivery, huh, Billy?
And Louis is a Newport Beach brother, so I wish him all the best. Karch Kirai, the pink ever present, and down it goes, cross court. Nice set, Adam Johnson.
Not quite the same thunder that Fonoi Moana had on the previous side out, but the same result, ball hit in the sand.
Let's talk a little strategy. Who are you serving here if you're AJ and Karch?
Well, AJ's got a little bit of breeze in his face, so I think he's just got to step back there and rip it.
He's going to try Blanton, but Dane with the great eye, and it goes long. Once again, the most important factor going into this match is the tough semifinal that Blanton and Fonoi Moana had to endure in the blazing sun about an hour or so ago against Emmanuel and Loyola. And although they may have the juices flowing right now, this is a long match. Edge to AJ and Karch.
There's a tough attempt for Dave Blanton. Nice drop off the net, just unable to control. And, you know, you talk so much about the bye that Karch and Adam have, and they should be rested and this and that. But sometimes that can work in the other way, too. You know, Fonoi Moana and Blanton had a tough match. They won it. They played well. And they've been out there. They've been competing, whereas Karch and Adam have had to sit all day long. And sometimes you can come out and not play as well under those circumstances.
Look at that great set. Unbelievable sweet hands from Eric Fonoi Moana. What pause.
And that's just a combination that I don't think is going to be effective for Karch Kirai and Adam Johnson. Karch not getting a lot of mustard on that jump serve. Perfect pass for Blanton. And Adam Johnson just doesn't put up the same kind of block that Karch does.
You know, that is so much fun for Dane Blanton when the set is right there and the block isn't where it should be completely. Oh, the quickest whip on the beach, baby. Oh, behave, Adam Johnson.
You know, these players, they're not really feeling each other out or anything right now. There's defense, they're bombing the ball, and this is just, again, like in New Orleans, a high level of volleyball, very well played.
Adam, once again, they'll try this combination. Fonoi sets him up, Adam's there, perfect call. Karch still backpedaling, block out. Boy, Karch had to do a quick back pedal, but still gave a pretty decent bump.
There you see the difference. Another good pass for Dane Blanton, but you got Karch Kirai up there at the net, and a little intimidation factor, a soft cuff shot to Adam Johnson, and a point for Kirai Johnson.
Adam Johnson and Karch Kirai. Of course, Karch is going for the record. How's it feel if you're Adam Johnson, his partner?
Pressure, just being Karch's partner, just being with that guy on the court. It's got to be pressure every weekend.
Karch not talking a whole lot about it, sort of like going for a no-hitter if you're a pitcher. Figures I'm not going to talk, I won't jinx myself. No touch, and it's out. Once again, this is to go for the tie all-time, 139 wins. And if Kirai is victorious here, how appropriate would it be to go for the all-time record for Hermosa Beach with all the Southern California family, friends, fans, the true mecca of beach volleyball. It could be some weekend in Hermosa. First things first, though. 3-1. Close. Joust. And it will belong to Dane and Eric.
Very nice save by that player right there, Eric Fonoi Moana. Another nice dipping jump serve for Adam Johnson. And Karch, here you're going to see Eric Fonoi Moana saving this pass and just kind of pushing it off the block of Kirai. And you know what, Billy? Karch can say nothing as long as he wants, but you know, anyone that knows him, he wants that record bad, and he's hungry, and it's going to be a beautiful thing when he gets it.
When it does happen. Eric with the service mistake. Adam Johnson, by the way, started with 3 unforced errors, now has 3 kills and 2 digs. AJ coming on, and his team's up 3-1. Blanton cuffed it, but with authority. Karch was there. And AJ's going to get a little wet digging for it, but good play by Blanton.
Also play by Adam Johnson.
Disappointed Karch Kirai. You see Adam wiping the sand off after trying to get that. Really a shank dig for Karch Kirai. He's in perfect position 99 times out of 100. He controls that ball. And you guarantee when he and Adam are going back to receive serve, he's saying, sorry, partner, I blew that one.
Blanton working from the other side. Great serve. It's going to be a free ball coming over. Point opportunity. Not a great pass from Fonoi Moana. And it's out. That was not a good pass by Eric on a free ball, and he knows it. And they steal a side out.
There's you're going to see Karch Blanton with a great pass. And really, you mentioned it, Billy. When you have a free ball like that, you've really got to be solid. Get that point, get the side switch, and get going.
Lackadaisical by E. Tougher play there and a much better pass. But still struggling a bit. Over on two with the left hand.
Ball hit wide. We're taking a turn. Karch
And it's out.
Forced error, Billy, and such is always the case. You give up the great point opportunity, you give one right back, and it's really a two-point turnaround.
And it is 4-1. We'll take our first turn in Dallas and blaze anywhere and everywhere. Third final, these two teams have met this year in a rivalry in the making. Eric Fonoi Moana thinks so.
Definitely. I haven't.
4-1. They got to calm themselves down, get some side outs on the good side, and get some good jump serves going.
And something else to keep in mind with the great Dallas skyscape in the background, Dane Blanton getting rubbed down during that timeout. Hot, humid, you always have to watch out for cramps. Possibility of the heat exhaustion. Good set again. Blanton works Karch, and down it goes.
Well, we were talking to Tim Hovland during the side switch, and he said he noticed Dane getting the rub down, and it was that type of deep massage in your legs when you're starting to cramp up. I think Karch and Adam saw it as well, and they want to test Blanton, see how those legs are going, because if you can get a guy in trouble, you get him in trouble.
Javi, who played in an exhibition earlier today, did not deny how hot it was. So he's on the ball, on the line. That's one of the great hits you'll ever see. That's a turn down the line. What a tough angle on your shoulder, and he did it with velocity.
This is just vintage Adam Johnson. He sees the block so well, his arm is so quick, and he just snaps that ball down the line. The crowd loves it.
4-1, 2 minutes into action, 7 on the time clock. Blanton with the approach. Dano, one-handed dig by Kirai. A little lower set that time, so Fonoi mixing it up and going at AJ for the side out.
For some reason, Karch and Adam feel like they're going to stick with that switching strategy, putting each Adam up at the net and having Karch jump serve. They've gotten a couple points from it, but I think in the long run they're better off with Karch up at the net.
Good serve. Let's see if Karch can push AJ up close. He can. And Dane, kind of a casual, excuse me, dig attempt. Deep middle on a hit is pretty tough to bring back up.
I tell you, when you start having leg twitches and you're feeling fatigue from the humidity and the heat, it doesn't always just manifest itself in your spiking. It shows in your quickness, your lateral movement, playing defensively, and Dane just didn't seem like he had anything in that last defensive effort.
And you also budget your movements, and emotionally and psychologically it hurts, and there's Blanton again. This is something to really keep an eye on. Dane Blanton, don't know if he's going 100% right now.
Score now 5, looking at 1.
There's a real nice soft block from Karch Kirai. Again, Blanton seems like he's getting good elevation, but he just doesn't have that crispness in his arm swing and his body language. Just kind of slumping over, and you can see he's down right now.
Yeah, when you talk about Fonoi and Blanton, two of the most finely tuned athletes you'll ever see. A little quick pop there by Dane Blanton. Talking about this team, though, they are so much more confident now than they were even at the end of last year, and that's what a couple of open final appearances and a win will do for them.
Well, I tell you, Billy, it's almost like a repeat of last year. Fonoi Moana and Blanton came out, and I think they were in the first 3 out of 4 finals, and then they just kind of went into a lull. So this is their 3rd final in a row. You just have to see if they can maintain the consistency.
Eric's turn. on the angle and took care of a so-so set that time. That one was a good 10 feet back, but Fonoi up and down.
Eric Fonoi Moana is just anticipating so well defensively, moving behind the block. A so-so set from Blanton, and Fonoi still putting the ball away. Eric Fonoi Moana right now is the key. If he and Blanton are going to make a move and try to take this tournament, I think Fonoi Moana is going to have to kind of be the spiritual leader and also make a bunch of big plays defensively.
Out of Manhattan Beach, California, the 6'3", 205-pounder will serve it up. Adam. And a net. Blanton was into the net.
Again, another kind of fatigue play. You know, you unforced error, Adam Johnson wails the ball out of bounds, and Blanton just kind of finds himself in the net up there blocking.
Adam Johnson has never won here in Dallas. Karch Kirai won 3 years in a row. That one is out. Kirai was victorious with Kent Steffes and Scott Akatubby. 93 through 95. Rain post-bonus in 96. Michael Dodd won in 97, so he loves his place. And Loyola and Steffes in 98. That was your second career after they had already written you off and you came back and fooled everybody.
During the second career, and there's another nice soft side out for Kirai and Johnson. The wind's kind of dying down. Adam should be able to put a little mustard on this jump serve, and this is really their rotation to score some points. Adam jump serving, Karch up at the net.
5-2. Fonoi and Blanton returning serve down by 3. Blanton blocked. Karch. Point. 7-2.
Johnson's taking a little bit off that jump serve, Billy, and he's making Blanton move. And the more you make a guy that's cramping or in trouble move, the more in trouble he gets on his approach, and Kirai puts up the block.
Straight down to Hav. What you got, Tim?
Hey, we're sitting here in the best seats in the house. We're right on the court. The new feature this year is a beach chair. Makes you feel like you're right next to the players, which we are. Are these the best seats you have?
Absolutely, no question. Best seats. You can get right up close to the players, see everything that's going on. Unbeatable.
And yourself?
Oh, it's great. You can see everything.
AVP rocks. Billy Mack, back to you.
It's all good here with the AVP in 1999. Let's take a break. Timeout. 6-2. Karch Kirai. It's all about the family. It's been a tough time on the court on the AVP tour, though, for the Brazilians. And you can't really point a finger at either one of those two. They have just kind of hit a lull themselves, but not hitting a lull Kirai and Johnson at 7-2.
Yes, Billy, a tough time for the Brazilians, but even tougher right now for Dane Blanton. They're putting the heat on him. He's fatigued, and now, along with the blocks, we're getting some unforced errors.
And it's going to be unrelenting. Every ball is going to go right to Dane Blanton. It would shock us if Fonoi gets a lot of serves or any serves. Blanton, little roundhouse quick. Kept alive. Karch, free ball. Fonoi. See if he can bail out Blanton. It's out. 8-2. And this could even get quicker as we go on. A frustrating final right now for Dane Blanton and Eric Fonoi Moana. Obviously not operating at 100%. But give kudos to Karch and AJ. They're moving it. We're back with more after this. Glad you are with us. We're in Dallas, Texas. While we've got some time, you know, if you can, even our stats guy Brian next to us is giving us a double thumbs up on it. This is where it all happens in Dallas, Texas, and we're so happy to be back.
Well, you got the downtown setting, you got the skyscrapers, you got beach volleyball, you got bikinis. It doesn't get much better than this.
8-2 is our score. Want to remind everyone that Karch Kirai is going to tie the all-time record here. Trying for that infamous 139 in St. John Smith.
And Billy, excuse me, they were panning to the clouds overhead, and that's a blessing for Dane Blanton. He wants as much cloud cover as he can get right now.
As you say that, the bright sun comes back out. We change sides. If there is a good side, it's Karch Kirai and Adam Johnson right now. Although the wind swirls a little bit. Might turn back the other way. Blanton. Oh, what a dig. Over! Oh, flipper by Fonoi. Great stuff!
Billy Mac, that's just pure will from Eric Fonoi Moana. Karch Kirai with a great shot off the top of the net in front of Blanton, and Fonoi says, I'm just not going to let it happen. I'm not going to let this slip away. And just an incredible up for Eric Fonoi Moana.
Reigning king of the beach. Take a good look at him. Set to serve here at the West End.
King of the Beach this year is at the end of the season, Billy, so a break for Eric Fonoi Moana. He won the King of the Beach in the beginning of last year, so he got to be King of the Beach for the whole year. Now he gets to be King of the Beach for all this year until the end of the season.
An extended summer, why not? And we'll be back from the fabulous West End, Dallas, Texas. Can Adam Johnson help his partner, Karch Kirai, steam towards him? A huge shout out to everybody in Southern California. Be there next week, please. Hermosa Beach, all weekend long. Say hi to Hob and Dodd. We'll all be out there. Big hit, Adam Johnson. Yes. And counts.
And when you're starting to put the pressure on a team, there's nothing better than just smooth siding out. And right now, Karch and Adam are smooth. They're looking strong, and they're looking to keep the pressure on Dane.
Dane Blanton, hometown, Laguna Beach.
Come on.
Smart shot. Doesn't have to be hard to be effective. Dane, emotional competitor. Here he goes. Adam again guessing right. And Karch is just feeding him softballs right now. He can do anything he wants with those sets.
Whenever Fonoi Moana and Blanton have had success, it's been going to Karch. So I think if they're going to make a move in this final, they're going to have to start going back to Karch and trying to pick up some of those shots, because right now Adam is just bombing.
Former great All-American at the University of Southern California, an illustrious beach career, many awards sprinkled throughout. Blanton, sharp cut. Adams got it. Nobody up. Nobody up, nobody home. It's 9-2.
Kids, if you're playing volleyball on the beach, just take a lesson right here. Adam Johnson laying out for this cut shot. Perfect one-arm flipper. Kirai controlling the spinning ball, giving him a perfect set, deep middle. Perfectly executed defensive play, point scoring opportunity.
You're going to have a full timeout taken. Blanton and Fonoi Moana trying to milk as much rest as they possibly can to try to muster up enough to come back on Karch and AJ. We're back coast to coast in a moment. Watching in the warm-up, Sir Dane Blanton not quite himself. And Billy, once again,
excuse me, that's the nature of beach volleyball. If you're weak in any skill, they'll exploit you. If you're weak physically, they'll exploit you, because it's not like six-man. There's no substitution.
Cannot hide.
You cannot hide. You've got to play the balls. You've got to hit the balls. And it's the beauty of beach volleyball. It's what makes these players so mentally tough. They know that there's never going to be someone coming in to bail them out. They're either going to win it or lose it on themselves and their play.
Dane realizes it. Also, he has done it to the opposition many times when he smells a problem. Blanton, though, still hanging in. The resiliency, though, the fortitude of Dane to be out there. He's probably hurting a lot more than he's letting on right now.
Exactly, and you can just see it in the body language. There's just, as Karch put it so eloquently, there's just something that's not right. And when you're out there as a player, you can sense it. Karch sensed it even in the warm-ups, and it's just going to keep coming.
Blanton, let's see how quickly he can get up. And Karch with the block. Karch maybe getting an extra half inch on the block, too, knowing that one went out. So, Fonoi and Dane will get a serve. Down big time, though, 10-2.
Trailing 2-10.
Here in our final, going to 15. Long time between wins for Eric Fonoi Moana. To be pushed up by Adam Johnson. Karch. Boy, Fonoi might have jammed a finger on that dig. The way he reacted was strange, and up and down it went.
And there you again see the effects of the cramping. Dane Blanton unable to track down Fonoi Moana's defense and give him a good set for the point opportunity. And then with the little dink from Kirai, here you're going to see Kirai. He's going to hit cross court Fonoi with the good defense, but Dane just can't get off the ball to set this for his partner, and ends up they don't have a good point scoring opportunity.
Not quite for Adam Johnson. You might have seen at the tail end of that last replay, Fonoi Moana trying to shake that off, and then he took the tape off the finger. So it's just medical center time for Blanton and Fonoi Moana now. Dane will serve it up. Eric waiting. Good shot of Blanton. Right behind. Adam, there's no way Dane can go after that. There's just absolutely no way.
Just smooth siding out for Adam Johnson. And there's just an interesting psychology that goes on at this point in the match. You heard Kirai mentioning it's not easy to play against a guy that's cramping because you tend to let up. They tend to get more relaxed and kind of play carefree. And if you're Kirai right now, you want to try to keep the pressure on and really convert every point-scoring opportunities and not let Fonoi Moana and Blanton get loose and kind of fall into some kind of little rhythm.
And hitting on two, that's one way you can combat it.
Sides out.
You can't live and breathe and every single serve go over on two like that, but it worked there.
Sometimes when you're cramping, you go through certain stages where it really starts to bother you, and then all of a sudden you kind of relax a little bit, realize that it's happening, and sometimes you even can play better for a stretch.
You can be 100% healthy and never dig that one, though. Bomb from Adam Johnson.
Fonoi Moana and Blanton continue to keep the serves to Adam Johnson, and it's just not working for him.
Lollipop, Karch will block. Up, hand on it. This must come over. Good play, Dane Blanton. Still got it left.
Moving well on that play, and that's one of those point-scoring opportunities. Kirai with a soft block and a great set. You want to score your points on that, and one of Dallas's finest appreciated that last play from Dane Blanton.
I think you said that eloquently. So understated, MD. Adam, up and over again. Unless Fonoi can get back and make a miracle up, Dane is pretty much camped out cross court. Adam Johnson again, past the $1 million mark in earnings back in 1996, wants to go to the bank again this week with the biggest check. Chance for Karch. Oh, man! Just when you thought it was done, Dane comes through with two good plays.
And here you're going to see another nice soft block from Kirai. Going up, he wants to rip this down the line, and Blanton just blocking it back. And it's these little plays, these point-saving side-outs. If Fonoi Moana and Blanton can steal a couple points here, they can get themselves back in this match.
And serving's going to play a huge part in it, too. They're going to have to get some aces down along the way. But when you're siding out like a machine, very difficult.
Somewhere along the line, they've got to figure out that Adam Johnson is not going to be their point-scoring solution.
Adam. Adam's just reacting now. He's back there playing defense. A lot of times when you're playing defense, your partner will make a call for it, and you got to go one way or another. Adam's kind of floating back there playing free safety and just moving with the ball.
And you can be able to do that when your opponent is not crisp, is not sharp. And right now they're taking advantage of Dane Blanton.
Dane with the pound and the kill. They're down 11-2. 4 points away. Kirai and Johnson. In case you're just joining us, Karch Kirai. A moment away from tying history, and St. John Smith, a longtime rival. They played together long time ago. In fact, right at the beginning of their careers.
I think they won 23 Opens together.
Starts into the corner.
Archie, there again. Hermosa Beach next week. Want y'all to be there. Some other great stops. I know over the 4th of July we're going to be in Chicago, Belmar, Michigan, Santa Barbara, Cleveland, Manhattan, the end of August. King of the Beach in Vegas.
Come on!
Oh, Adam. He'll shake it off himself, knowing that he should have had it. 11-2, not the high level of volleyball we've seen the last 2 finals. Just trying to survive, Dane Blanton and Eric Fonoi Moana. Just the crowd itself, which was so excited for what could have been and could still possibly be a stellar match, waiting to break out. Blanton, no, yes! You got to give him credit for courage.
The big C for courage. It's a nice drop for Dane Blanton. Great set by Fonoi Moana. And Dane, despite the cramps and despite the way he's moving, is still making some very nice plays. Plays that are indicative of having enough gas left in your tank to maybe make a run.
And Eric, quietly, of course, has to do so much more out on the court. So he's really grueling. Karch. Open sand.
In the last 2 weeks in New Orleans and now this weekend in Dallas, Karai's shoulder has looked 100% improved over how it was in Clearwater 3 weeks ago.
Absolutely. I was about to bring that up. You had mentioned how just a week later, Karch was so much better. Adam Johnson. Deep. And out. Well, in. Oh, they called it in. Dane Blanton was right there from here. I thought it was out.
I think it was one of those situations where the ball hits actually outside of the line, but the sand spills out onto the line and makes the line move. To 3, get the same lift out of those legs, and Karch moving his hands so well at the net, reaching cross court and stuffing the ball straight down.
2 away from victory. Kirai will serve. Once again, Blanton. Very tight.
No!
And off of Karch.
That's called.
So good play by Blanton. That was trouble.
And Karch doing what you're told, doing what you're taught as an indoor player. Whenever there's a close play at the net, you come off saying no, 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 but he knew he touched it. And the referees made the correct call and no argument from Karch.
Mike, as we go to this side out, again, let's reiterate this new format that the AVP has developed here, the single elimination. And with only 8 teams coming into a weekend, really easy to follow your favorites and figure out what is going on.
Easy to follow your favorites. You've only got one center court, all the action's on that court, and it is the Tournament of Champions, and Sunkist should be proud of putting on a first-class event, and they're going to have a first-class champion.
It will be, unless the all-time comeback.
He said it before, he's still got a little something left in those legs, blocking that ball straight down.
Eric will serve it up. Will we see the moment here? Karch is up, and Blanton is down. And Dane will go back and serve. Dane will spin it to Adam Johnson. AJ. The crowd is up. I couldn't see if it was in or not. Apparently it was.
Peppers the back corner of the line and the baseline. Adam Johnson is so impressive right now. The way he is seeing the court and the way he's swinging, I think you're just obligated to keep the ball on Kirai because Adam is just whipping and Karch is giving him perfect sets.
15th kill for AJ. Now we'll serve for the championship. Short! And Fonoi Moana was there. AJ
anything in his life, and Fonoi, Moana, and Blanton aren't about to get...
As we wait, can Blanton keep it going? Is it out? It is out, and Kirai has tied St. John Smith. All-time wins, 139, as he and partner Adam Johnson are victorious in Dallas.
Take a good look, everybody. That's history in the making. Kirai tying St. John Smith with 139 open wins. The crowd loving it. Very disappointing for Fonoi, Moana, and Blanton, but if you're Kirai next weekend in Hermosa, you are going to be pumped.
And I'm sure Tim Hovland will address that fact to Kirai, that if he will tie things up, or actually now pass St. John Smith, it will take place in Southern California if he can be the king in Hermosa Beach. Tough match for Dane Blanton, as he wasn't 100% physically fit, and Eric Fonoi won. But once again, congratulations to them for making it to the final. We'll talk to the man in the pink hat when we return after this to Dallas.